Okay, so here I am. I'm just going to make sure that it is 4 inches. I just want to double check. Cutting just a thin piece of wood off here, just to try to get rid of some of the live edge. Now I'm going to use a square, make sure everything is lining up good and I don't have anything off on the log. Get rid of the sawdust off of that gets collected by the little dogs on the back side. Sometimes I find it's better to change up and use the other clamp on it. It'll hold it sturdier. Just little things like that I've kind of picked up over time running it. Now I'm just getting ready to start making 2-inch thick boards. I'm going to double check my measurements, make sure everything's good, and we're going to make some 2x4s. Pretty quick, easy process once you get it all cut into the cant that you're looking for. Worth it. Probably ain't. Probably ain't worth nothing. Firewood. So what I got here is a 1 by, probably like 6 board. I'll keep for myself, for my own personal use, because it's got crack in it. And you've got to realize that this is dead standing spruce that some of it has some pretty good cracks in it, and this one had a pretty good crack in it. I was able to cut around it, and I got 2 10-foot long 2x4's out of it. So, you know, that's not too bad. It would have been nice to get all 4, but you know, you can't count that one. Because look at that crack. And you can't count this one, because look at that crack. So when people tell you to say no to crack, this is what they mean, I think. Yeah, see, but pretty rotten board right there at the end, you know. But for my own personal use, I can cut it into blocking, and I can get a 4-foot blocking out of it. I could just take that and cut it into 1 inch thick. I'd get 3 pieces of wood out of it. The 4th one wouldn't be the right thickness because it's only 4 inches thick, and you take a 1/16 of an inch off of each one, each cut, 1/8 of an inch off the top, and 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch off of the top, and a 1/16 of an inch off the bottom for the saw curve. So it wouldn't, it's 4 inches thick right now. I cut it into 1 inch thick for stickers. I'd get 3 8-foot long pieces of wood that I could cut some stickers out of. I'd probably get maybe 6, or if I'm lucky, I'd get 8 stickers out of that, all told. And the rest could just go to firewood, just like it would have been anyway. So I'm not out anything other than a little bit of my time and a little bit of gas for milling those up, because it would have been firewood anyway. I have a few more logs there to roll on to the mill, and I'm going to see what I can get out of them. Maybe do a couple more cuts today and see what I can get out of it. And like I said, they're small diameter. Get a tape measure so you can actually see. They're not huge. You know, that one's barely 8 inches across at the widest point. So if I get a couple 2x4s out of it, I'm good. Most of the time I just mill that into a 4x6 or maybe 4x4. But right now I'm going for 2x4s. I need to see how many of them I can get out. And I'll be honest with you, that little small diameter log actually gave me more than the first log that I milled. I didn't videotape it because I didn't think I was going to get really anything out of it. But I started cutting, and I was able to cut around the crack that was in it. A fairly good crack that was in it. And I was able to get 3 2x4s out of it. Now, the only problem is one of them has a little bit of, you know, it's not a perfect 2x4, but when you're building a chicken coop, you don't have to have perfect. And that's what I'll be using that one for, my chicken coop or my greenhouse. So, yep, I got a better yield out of that one than the little bit bigger one, the first one that I milled. Happy with that. And one of the biggest reasons why I'm using these smaller diameter logs is because I get them for free. People want them gone off their property. They're worried about a fire hazard, so they allow me to come in and take them down for free, and that works out really well for me. I'm just out my time to go collect them and my gas, depending upon how far I have to drive to go collect them. So by flipping the log around and moving it so much and changing it all the time, what I'm trying to do is cut around the cracks that are in the log. And sometimes it's easier said than done. You flip it around, you measure it, you look at it, you notice something you didn't notice before. Like right here, I'm just milling off to make it a 4-inch thick board. Just a little sliver of a board coming off of there. But that's to make it so that I can make some 2x4s out of this. In the end, and from this point on, it's just cut them into 2-inch thick boards or 2x4s. Take these boards off and mill up that other board that I kicked off at the very beginning of this log and see what I can get out of that. So this video is getting pretty long, so let's just cut to the chase and see what I ended up with. So there we go, out of that last log. I got 5 really nice 2x4s and 1 not so nice, not so perfect 2x4. It's got a lot of edging, and that'll just be mine. I'll put that in my pile and I'll use it for something, but the others will make a good chicken coop. Right there. That was a nice log. I had that one, the crack right in the middle, but really surprising that I was able to cut it out fairly well. And I locked it all in that board right there. And you know, it looks like a nice board, but there is that crack that runs in the middle of it. Not in the middle this way, but actually in the middle right there. So yeah, you can kind of see how it went right there. But if I was going to put that up for siding on a building, it'd be perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. I'd use that for siding on my building, just like this stuff is. You know, just like that. I'd use it for that, no problem. Nice wide board for that. And then none of that log went to waste. Only a little bit went to firewood. And out of the 3 logs that I cut today, This is the slab wood that I have out of it. So, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm happy with it. Yes, sir. I am very happy with it. There we go. 14 2x4s. That's not too bad for the short amount of time that I was out here milling. Not too bad at all. We got 14 of them. Plus, I have that I milled up earlier. So, I still have a lot to do. I have a lot more 12-foot 2x4s I need to come up with. So, lots and lots to do. So yeah, today's Sunday. It's supposed to be my fun day. It's supposed to be the day that I don't work that hard. And I don't know what's wrong with me. I have a busy week coming up. I really do want to get going on this chicken coop. So since today is Sunday and I'm supposed to be taking it easy, I think I'm going to end the sawmill play today and get ready for work tomorrow. So I just want to thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska, and until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I am out.